Hi, it's a garden day at Across the Fence Farm. Heather Michet. And today it is time to chat about Coconut Coir. These are blocks of compressed coconut husks. You can see the hairy matter that it is. What I've done is I've taken these two cakes that are about 12 inches by 12 inches and compressed. They're about 4 inches deep, and submerging them in water so that they take on all this moisture. This is a really great use for coconut coir because those husks, there's so many uses for coconut that's happening with all of the coconut oil that's being utilized. And of course, coconut meat that gets shredded and used in pieces for various delightful things and flavorings. But this use is for an amendment to planting soil, because I'm going to be planting 2 more garden beds. I've got this nice bed here, my first box, and then my second box with tomatoes. I have these 2 new ones all ready to fill with soil, which I'm really stoked about. So the soil mix that I used on these first 2 and I'm using again on these last 2 beds is a really nice soil bedding potting mix from my local garden and landscape supply place, Boring Bark. And it's got compost in it, it's got yard debris that's been composted, and it has topsoil and really good stuff. But because these are really big garden boxes, 7 feet by 2.5 by 2.5, and there's so much surface area of bed that will be, not so much exposed, but it just will lose moisture. That's one of the biggest challenges with container gardening, whether they're small pots or big raised bed boxes like these, is to retain the moisture. So the coconut coir is the 3rd component of the magic soil mix that I'm using. So as I mentioned, it's the potting, planting, bedding mix from my garden supply place, and mixed in is some kitchen compost and then a lot of bunny hutch cleanings compost. And take a look at my other video about the magic and wonder of the gold that bunny poop and hutch compost is. It's magnificent stuff. So what I did and will do again here is make a blend by layering in the soil that I have purchased with the compost, and then I will go, there's Grace, my kayak, we'll go to these coir blocks after they have soaked for a good 1.5 days. It takes a while for all of these fibers to absorb the water. After a bit, I will need to weight these down with some big stones so that they stay submerged in the water, and we'll also probably need to add water to them to keep them submerged. But you can see the bubbles as they are starting to absorb all the water, and they've already expanded a lot, probably good 2 to 3 inches with just a short amount of time they've been in the water. So once they get completely saturated, then they'll be able to just pull them apart and utilize. See, it's already starting to be a little bit friable there. And then I'll just like I say, blend, sprinkle that in. I'll have one block for each of those garden boxes, and break it up, spread it in, yeah, maybe over 2 or 3 layers of the, I'll do soil, mix in some compost, mix in some coir, get that kind of blended together, and then repeat and repeat until my boxes are full. So exciting. And there's some of the strawberries that are going to get replanted in the new box. And then my other flat of ever-bearing strawberries that are going to take up this entire one box. So, very exciting to have strawberries. These guys, they're doing really well. They're super happy. And you can see the runners are already coming out on the strawberries. I'm going to clip all those. And I don't want any runners on the strawberries now. It's fall. So we want all the growth to go to the main plant. But look at the exciting, I'm so excited. This is the first time I've had cilantro really do well. Clearly this soil mix is yummy for them. Look at this great cilantro. And I've got spinach that's ready to gather a few and toss into salad or just eat. And then I've also got some arugula there that's ready to roll. So, very exciting. That's the story today from across the French farm, learning about Coconut Coir and their wonderful addition to get some moisture retention in your container gardening, either beds or pots. So once it gets all soaked up with water, then it will do that as you water your containers and your beds as well. So just get outside, get gardening, enjoy that wonderful energy of being on the mother, and be well.